Hello and welcome to another episode of Boss of Time. Today I want to talk about a tool named Woofunnels, and Woofunnels is going to help me to sell more on my e-com websites. I have a few of those, and what I want to do is to have my conversions as high as possible, but mainly also my automation as high as possible. Because after all, I try to be the boss of time, so the less time I can spend and more impact I can make with those e-com sites, the better. So let's dive into Woofunnels. So the last few days I've been toying around in Woofunnels and I'm still exploring how this could help my ecom websites. I also checked a lot of tutorials online, and what I noticed is that those tutorials about Woofunnels are mainly speaking about the funnel part. Because if you look at Woofunnels, it's one solution, but it has a few other solutions inside it. It has the funnel builder inside, and that's what you would think if you look at hear the name Woofunnels, you would think it's a funnel builder. It is a funnel builder, but it's way more than a funnel builder. They also have the optimized checkout pages. It's also exciting, one-click upsells, the bumping when you try to make a sale, all fun and games. But for me, the true value of Woofunnels is in the automation parts. They have a thing called Autonami, and I will try to focus mainly on that part in this video because there I see the most gain of time. I also see the best ROI you can have on this tool. So let's dive into a test account I set up to show you around in the tool Woofunnels itself. So I'm here in my website. Just to let you know, I wanted to show this in a real environment because I'm testing this on live data as well. But then I thought about the fact that I had to blur out most of the client data, so maybe that wasn't the best idea. So that is why I show this as a test website. Because most things that I wanted to show in the real environment, I basically can show in a test environment as well. What I will do is I will start with the Woofunnel part, even though, once again, I think funnel builders are all alike. One has a bit more templates than the other. And one has some buttons there, and the other has some buttons over there. But the real beast in Woofunnels is Autonami, and this is where I will talk about a bit later on. So if I go to Woofunnels, just to show you a quick idea what the thing is all about. If I, for example, start a new funnel, well, I'll call it boss of time again. What you can see over here is there are a lot of actually good templates in it. Also important to notice is those templates, they have different builders. So they support Elementor, they support Divi, and I thought this week they would come out with Oxygen as well. What is the main aspect you should know about this? I am lazy by nature, so the better a template is, the quicker I can adjust it towards my needs. So if your builder is supported as well, yeah, it's really quick and easy to change those things. What I prefer myself as Elementor, because I'm an old school website guy. I think most of the people these days they look at Oxygen or Divi, but I still like Elementor. So there are a lot of good templates in it. But if I check, for example, Divi, those are basically the same. So with Oxygen, I suppose the same templates will be there as well. If you look at a template, so what is a funnel, for those that never used it, is basically a way to collect as much data as possible to guide your client towards the purchase or the call to action that you want him or her to do. So this one has a few pages inside. So if you want to adapt it to your business, you just change the products or the things that you wanted your client want to do on your website. You change it, you adapt it towards your site, and basically you're done at this point. For me, funnel builders, they worked in the past, but I'm mainly looking at a website and then an e-com site to gain time. And again, Autonami is where the gaining of time is, and not in the funnel builder itself. If I look at some other examples that they have besides funnels, they have opt-in pages, they have sales pages, checkout pages. So this is also an interesting one. You can do some upsells during your funnel, but again, this is not something very special. This is something that they have. Yeah, it would be crazy if they would lack of those things. The good thing about Woofunnels, and mainly this is where they separate from most other builders, is their integration with Woocommerce is very deep. Most funnel builders that I know, yeah, at a certain point, you get into trouble if you want to link it to Woocommerce. They nailed it. The combo with those two things are very accurate. And then yeah, okay, the one click upsells that I said, and you can also change your thank you pages, because in WooCommerce the thank you pages, the standard ones inside, they are boring as hell. And if you want to build a website of an e-com site that converts, and you are smart enough to try to get recurring customers, the whole experience is very important. So this is why those funnel builder things are very important and very interesting to look at when you build your website, because WooCommerce is very narrow-minded. The templates aren't really that good, and the automation in it is very basic. And then let's finally talk what I wanted to talk about, and that is Autonami. Autonami is, in my humble opinion, how I look at it, as a beast of a CRM module for e-com sites. Just for the record, I heard, or I think I heard, that you can use Autonami also without WooCommerce. For me, my use cases are all about WooCommerce or e-com stores, so I will only talk about those, and I will also give you a few examples on how I will use Autonami in the future. So let me show you what the Autonami is first, and then show you some use cases, how I will use it. To start with, yeah, this is the dashboard. Let's go to contacts first, and there already it starts for me the fun part. If I go to my client, I can check everything about this client. I can check basically the last time I connected with that person, what kind of emails, what kind of SMSs that they got, because there is also an integration with an SMS part. But I think for Belgium, this is not the best integration as such, because over here it's not that common that is used. For me, what is the main part that is interesting in WooCommerce, it's already lacking of data over there. What I can use over here is I can see the total orders, the last order the person did as well. And what I can see is what is the total value of my client. Based on my total value of my client, I can already give extra reductions or not. If I see a client repurchases a lot, they build up their profit margins at my side, so I can give something extra to some clients. For example, in the e-com stores that I use, we give some goodies to clients, so good clients could get more goodies, because we want to reward our loyal clients. Just to give you an idea, this is one of the things that I will use. And the fun part about this whole thing is I can automate this whole thing. I will show it later on in the builder itself. What is also included is yeah, there is but this was also in the funnel builder for a part, is you have the recovery of the cards. But again, for me, this is not that interesting. You can see how many recovered cards there was, how many lost cards there was at this time. On some sites, I use MailPoet for that, and I have a lot of similar data already. But of course, the good thing about a tool like this is it will replace all those other tools, and it will just make one piece of a CRM tool that I can use towards my clients to make them more engaged, and to help me get a better business as well, because I get the insights of those clients as well. If I look at campaigns, and here it starts, here the real fun starts, is you can send broadcasts. So for example, you can send mailings towards your clients. It replaces one of the tools that I used for that already. For example, just to show you, you can create all your own templates inside it. But for me, the real interesting part is the automation part in it. What you can do with the automation part is you can basically automate almost every trigger that is in WooCommerce at one side, or that is related to my sales. I will try to give you 3 or 4 examples on how I will use it. Let me create, or let me create an automation. So what you see here is a real builder with almost everything that right now I do in an automatic way. So one of the things that we do at this time is when somebody sends in a review to us, we send a coupon code to those clients because reviews mean more backlinks, reviews mean more credibility towards other clients. So we want to reward our clients. Today, this is almost manual process. We create a coupon code, we send it to them. Over here, I can basically create, there is a new review, I can automatically link it to an action, and the action is we send in we create a coupon and we send it towards our client. So only for this part, this will save us probably a few hours a week. What we also think is that if we forget it, for example, clients can get upset. If it's automated, we can't forget it. So only because of that, only automation, it already saves us a hell of a lot of time. So this automation itself, yeah, will be a game changer for us because right now we spend a lot of time in that on that automation only. Then a second thing that we will this automator for is there are sometimes that a client asks for a refund. It's most normal, and then what you do is you send in an email, but you don't do a real follow up if you already send that email. And here we can do when an order is refunded automatically, we can almost trigger the process after it again, pretty much in a way that we don't have to touch it, but we can help that client in a very easy way. Also, when, for example, our orders are low at the time, we can send an email to the person that does the purchasing of some of those items so that we never run out of stock. So for me, this whole automation part, only with the triggers that you can see over here, they are phenomenal. If you see, yeah, I think the WordPress part is for the people that don't use WordPress, so you can already use other stuff as well. You don't have to have Woocommerce, I think, for using Autonami. But again, for me, there is no real use case out of this. But the cool thing about this entire Autonami CRM thing is that you can link it towards your own Woofunnel, so the part that we talked about earlier, inside of the own ecosystem. Because yesterday I saw somebody asking, yeah, is it a good idea to link Autonami with another funnel builder? But in my humble opinion, it's always better to keep things in the same ecosystem. So just for what I showed you right now, this is something that I haven't not seen as deep with other funnel builders and with other automation things in Woocommerce. So for me, this will probably be a real time saver. And I'm pretty sure that by using those upselling automations, chances that I have a return on investment pretty quick on these kind of deals, they are pretty high at this point. And then a last use case that I want to show you is the following thing. When you look at your contacts, there is an option to add tags to your clients. So what we have in the e-com sites that I run is we have a lot of clients that are seasonal clients. So for example, you have Valentine, you have Christmas. So when somebody orders something in a specific time frame, for example, January, February, we could add the tag Valentine. When somebody orders something in December, October, November, in that time frame, we could use the Christmas one. But the cool thing about this is what we noticed is it's way easier to get a returning customer than acquire a new one. I think that is a golden rule and everybody knows this. But again, if you go to the automation part, what you could do is if you, for example, add a Valentine in here, as an example, Uh, you could use when a tag is added, and you could build an automation on that, for example, for the next year, following on that as well. So you don't have to think about it, but you have to keep in mind that if somebody, for example, ordered a year ago, they probably will look for something again online. So it might be easier to reacquire that same client that ordered from you last time with this one. What they also have is when a customer back that already visited your site. So they have a lot of those triggers to work on your existing clients, not only your existing prospects, but also your existing clients. So this makes this thing very powerful. Like I said before, it will give you a faster return on investment, and I'm pretty sure it will save you a lot of time, because there are a lot of those automation tools. For example, I use Encharge as well, but then not for my ecom, but for my B2B businesses. Those funnel builders, there is the real gold. And all the other stuff, the Woofunnel part, yeah, the gold is in how good the template is. But in here, this is something new, something I haven't seen, not this deep. So I really think you should take a look at Woofunnels. But if you look at Woofunnels, skip the part of the funnel builder. Of course, have a look at it, but mainly look at the Autonami part, because there is the real gold. And then maybe some other stuff that I haven't mentioned is that, yeah, you can do the broadcasting thing. You can even do an A/B splits in it. You can check your analytics of, for example, what happened with your cards and stuff like that. All fun and games. They also have, and maybe this is, this is interesting to show. They have a lot of connectors already. For example, for the SMS, they have a connector with Twilio, also Slack and stuff like that. So they have a really solid product that is a beast of a CRM when you do ecom. And I think if you look at Woofunnels, skip the funnel part, because if you compare all those tools, they will all look a bit the same. If you look at Woofunnels, look at Autonami, because the real value is in there. So this was my message. I hope I could help you to decide or to have another look at Woofunnels. Just know this is based on my own experience. If you have any other questions, other remarks, things I might have not said correctly, please leave a comment, and I will be glad to support you and to get back to you. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon on Boss of Time. Have a great one. Bye.